Welcome to Jammed Football. Something about smelling like patchouli. Donnie thinks I'm shaped like a football. And it's just some guys laughing. Right, Donnie? Okay, take it away, Matt.
Thanks for tossing it to me. Is that what the conversation was when I walked away?
It was.
Doug's like, Matt, I need a Mountain Dew. Can you go get that for me? Meanwhile, you guys are planning everything. Great. So this is the worst start of this episode or this season so far.
No, not by far.
No,
So you should have been there for some of the early weeks.
no, I listened to
We were
some of
still
them.
getting into our groove.
Yeah.
But how would you like to start out? Because I'm immediately going to cry about the Falcons.
You're gonna cry?
Yes.
Is this gonna take a while?
Who knows? It might. So we're already here. Might as well start.
Okay.
So we're here in Doug's glorious theater room, and Falcons come out, kick a field goal. I thought, you know what? They looked okay.
They did.
And then take it away, Doug.
Uh,
It was so bad. It was so bad. So I think, in my opinion, in case you guys don't know, Falcons lost not terribly. They
No.
gave up a touchdown late.
It wasn't terrible.
It was 13 to 3 for a long time.
It was 10-3 at halftime, and then it was 13-3, and then 13-10.
Yep.
So
and then they gave up a touchdown with 2 minutes something left
Rob?
to make it 20 to 10.
let's talk about that touchdown.
So Christian McCaffrey
Who never gives up.
drives it up the gut. He's pounding his feet. Some linemen come up. The lineman he's driving into turns around, grabs him under his armpits like a little baby, and helps him into the end zone.
That's not the only little baby, is it, Matt?
Yeah, the moment that happened, I wasn't here, but I'm assuming that someone was crying.
He wasn't crying. He was just. I mean, it's true. Like we're sitting there looking at him, like what? You
Well, at
can't.
that point, I was defeated. So just like, well, he aided the runner.
I'm like
there.
he's a yard out, and he's getting pulled in by the offensive lineman. I mean, like it shouldn't have been a touchdown. It should have been.
a penalty.
Is it a 5-yard or 10-yard?
I actually,
Don't know.
I don't remember. It's
So
doesn't get called off.
worst case scenario, it should have been 3rd and like 7, or third and goal from like the 7.
Yeah, so then the 49ers score from 7 yards out. Doesn't really change anything. The Falcons were defeated at that point. Their defense did not lose in this game. So that's the one surprising thing. And I know McCaffrey ran for a lot of yards, but it was 13-10. The defense did what they needed to do. They gave up that last-minute touchdown, which shouldn't have happened because if you remember it should have happened. Let's say that. The Falcons allowed them to be in that position because they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. The 49ers capitalized. So the offense had a chance to put themselves back in this game multiple times and just never were able to get it going. And that's where one of the things I want to talk about is I like pistol. So I think there's a lot of benefits to it. However, we're not in college anymore. You can't just run a pistol offense in the pros and think you're going to be okay. Like his play actions are him literally spinning around. He's not getting out from center, driving back to the running back, making that defensive end come upfield. He's not doing any of that. He's just spinning in a circle. The DN can just stay contained, and it eliminates those Bijan Robinson swing passes, stuff like that. So they're hurting themselves by not getting under center. Every team in the NFL, every successful team anyway, is going to get under center, and we're just not doing it. I don't know.
I will say this, and I didn't know it was this drastic to me, and I'm not picking on your team at all. Robinson only had 40 yards rushing.
Yeah.
The guy who everyone's saying might be, the best running back in the NFL right now. They held him to 47 yards.
40.
So it's
40 yards rushing, but he did have 52 yards receiving, but still under 100 yards for him is
which
not
hasn't happened yet this season.
is not. I went back to look. The only game that I think it might have happened was game 1. He had 28 yards rushing or something against
Yeah,
Tampa
but he
Bay.
had over 100 receiving.
Receiving. Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't see the receiving yards. So
Yeah. I think they were just straight up out coached. I think Shanahan had a plan for our defense. I mean, didn't go great, but certainly Saleh had a plan for our offense, and we couldn't.
okay, if you're saying Salah outcoached, okay.
Zach Robinson didn't have an answer for the defense, and it's
Total rushing though, you guys had what's that? 62 yards of rushing.
yeah.
So that
Yeah, I think that the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey reminded Bijan that, he's been doing it a little bit longer than, Bijan has. He had a ton of yards,
129 rushing and 72 receiving.
which I have to ask. Like, I think
So
they had a stat line the other day that
199 yards.
he's like, I'm not sure how many people have done it before, but to have over 100 yards and over 70,
4 or 5 other players. I
doesn't
saw
say
that.
he's either 5 or
Yes.
6.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just thought, who decided it's like, let's pick 70 as the receiving yards? Because otherwise, I wonder how many people would be in a similar boat if it was like 10 yards shorter. Or, I don't know. It's just weird how they come up with some of these stats.
Somebody with better education than me.
Yeah, I guess. But, I didn't get to stay the entire game. I did watch the end at home. I saw that Penix was injured. And so I thought, the chances of them coming back when he is going through some struggles, getting his footing, that it wasn't going to happen. I do think it's interesting, though, that, you said it eloquently. The issue is you said that he was aiding the runner. How many other plays can you aid a runner and it's perfectly fine?
Well, you
Tush
can.
push?
Hold on, you can.
I know you can. You just
if you're
can't.
behind him,
That's so dumb.
but you can't if you're in front of him.
Yeah. But you know what? You see it all the time. And, when they're in a big huddle, there's
Yeah,
like
I know.
4 from one team, 5 from the other team.
And that to me is acceptable. I get it. You're trying to bring the guy down. People are trying to hold him up. Like, what are you going to do? Call a penalty on the teams? No. But when it comes to pulling them across the goal line or pushing them, I think you're splitting hairs here, and it's just kind of dumb.
Well, aiding the runner used to be you can't push the player. They changed that rule, obviously previous to the tush push. I can't remember, maybe 6 years ago, maybe a little longer. But yeah, you used to not be able to push a runner forward.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason that, I think some of us are getting sick of it is that when it seems to be like their only offense, when I think they ran it 4 or 5 times in a row, and not because of penalties, they just kept doing it from like 3 yards out. And then they're like, oh, well, we're this close, we may as well go for the touchdown. I think that was like 2 weeks ago. So,
And while we're talking about it, I'm a defensive guy. I think you guys know that. That's why I hated the Falcons for so many years, because our defense was horrendous, even under the Matt Ryan era. And finally, a defense comes along that figured out the tush push. The Vikings.
Oh, they put a guy sideways.
Yeah, they put him. I don't know the angle. It's greater than 45.
Oh, yeah.
And they just launch him into the center, and they shut down the tush push.
Yeah.
I
you
didn't
see
see
it?
that.
Yeah.
So they took their nose guard.
Instead of him being like this,
Yeah, they
It's
put
the
him
one game I didn't
here.
watch.
he was like this.
Yeah, lined up on the center. So they took him, lined him up here, put another guy on the nose, and his job is just to shoot into the center on that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
like
he
a
can't-
side push.
the center
That way
cannot gain any leverage on it.
Wait, the leverage?
Yeah, the center can't.
Sorry,
gain,
that has a
center can't
sore
gain
spot for me this year. Because we'd be, 6-2 right now? Or 6-1?
because of leverage.
Against the team that is?
Yeah, well, I want to give you props though. I mean, the Falcons held Mac Jones, who's been looking really good, to 152 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick.
And here's what's exciting to me is our defense is only going to get better. We're starting 4 rookies. They're going to continue to get better throughout the year, throughout the next couple of years, if they can all stay together. And our offense, I don't think he's the right coordinator for us.
Ellis had the interception too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Divine Diablo going down, and that's a sore spot for Matt, so I won't get into it too much. But he has a fractured forearm. It's unknown how long he'll be out right now, because it's an injury that you can club and play early, or it's 6 weeks. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, you gotta think he's gonna be gone at least 5 weeks, right?
Depends on who you are. So if you're if you're Navarro Bowman, you play through it. You know what I mean? But who knows? So we'll see. At least a couple of weeks he'll be out. Some people were speculating probably 2 weeks at least. And that's really going to hurt us. Super athletic guy. Probably our best coverage linebacker this year. It changes what you're going to do with Ellis now, because you're using him to walk in multiple gaps and blitz. And I was telling Matt, if I'm the coach, I'm moving our first pick to
Walker.
Walker, and we're moving him to middle linebacker if I'm the coach.
So I did see a write-up that there was, and I'm not sure if this was from Raheem Morris or from somewhere else. Someone was saying that there would be a replacement by committee, and I saw one that said that Walker would be the ideal solution to
Yeah.
the issue. So maybe they're already doing it. You'll see on Sunday.
And in case you're not aware, Walker in college played multiple positions. He played on the D line, he played edge, he played nickel. They put him at safety. He played some middle linebacker. So he is a versatile enough guy, and he's super athletic. Probably more athletic than Diablo, more athletic than Ellis. And I think even if you want to swap their roles and you want to move Walker around and make him your multiple package blitzer, and then you keep Ellis as your coverage guy, I think you gain something there. So there's answers already on the team. I don't think playing JD Bertrand, who is a career backup at this point, is the right choice. I think you go with another athlete and you try to figure it out because I saw a metric from PFF a little while ago that Atlanta might have the fastest defense in the league right now. So I think you try to keep that speed up, but we'll see. We'll see. And I think I cried about my team enough. One last rumor I want to throw out there. Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat. Very close friends with Raheem Morris, so I am praying. I hate to pray for someone to get fired, but I think he'd have an immediate job in Atlanta.
Doing what?
Coordinator. So, hey, they dropped 72 on one of our teams. 76, I don't know, what was it?
70.
70?
Just 10 straight touchdowns.
Well, before we get into one of the most exciting games of the week, I wanted to touch on this one because I couldn't believe the score on Sunday when it was all said and done. But who thought the Chiefs would beat the Raiders 31-0?
I did.
I didn't think 31-0. I thought they would beat them up.
So
Nothing.
And I said to Adam about this. If I'm the Raiders, I would be at the point where, trade deadline's coming up. I need a quarterback. Geno Smith has thrown so many picks. They have had so many problems on offense for the past how many weeks? And I know because I have Aston Genty in fantasy. And I see what's going on. And I looked at the game and I thought, well, they have a struggle moving the ball. And I think Myers was out in that game. I think Bowers was out. Maybe Bowers was in. But in any case, they have struggled all season. And I'm not, as a Broncos fan, trying to diss the Raiders. I'm just saying that their offense has been bleak all season. And I just didn't see them being able to score because I think, they had 3 first downs last week?
Well, I can tell you that in a second.
I remember hearing something and it was like, is
3 first downs, 3 to 30.
Yeah.
This is the first time the Chiefs have been whole all season, too.
Well,
So
I'm not defending them. I just didn't think a nothing score would be.
What were the throwing stats in there?
I'm getting to that right now. And not that Geno Smith is the worst quarterback in the planet. I don't think he's the worst.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that there's a problem there.
Who's he throwing to? Do you guys know? Can you guys give me 2 receivers other than Ashton Gentry?
They got a good tight end
They're
there.
a great tight end.
Yeah.
Brock
Okay.
Bowers.
Who hasn't played for 4 games? Who's out again this week?
So he was out?
He's out again this
Okay.
week. Okay. So who else is he throwing to?
Jacoby Myers, who's potentially going to get traded.
Okay. Who did not play last week?
I know, as I said, he was injured.
Right. Who else?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They have, I think.
Trey Tucker,
Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
who has emerged as their go-to
Primary,
guy at this
yeah.
point, right? Jay Betch, never heard of him. M. Mayer, C. Runyon,
I think Mayer might be another tight end. I could be wrong, though.
87 he might be,
Yeah.
right? But what I'm saying is there's no one to throw to there.
Yeah.
You don't have a Devontae Adams, or
I know.
Cortland Sutton, or like someone to throw to that. So I just thought it was amazing. And when you look over the stats, and I don't want to spend all day on this one, but they had 95 yards of total offense, the Raiders.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, 95 to 434. I don't think the Chiefs needed any ref help during this game, but 42 minutes to 18 minutes of time of possession. I think that's just crazy. Anyhow, I didn't see that game going that way. I mean, Kenny Pickett, he was perfect. He was 2 for 2. I just didn't see that game going that way.
Yeah, because I was joking with Adam earlier in the week, or maybe it was the week before, that the Raiders should try and get a QB, like Cousins.
Yeah, that was this week, and I was saying I think at this point they're keeping Cousins. Next year he's $10 million. He'll be right in line with good backup salary. I think he's a Falcon for life.
Do you think?
Regardless, I think so.
Ring of Honor.
Future Ring of Honor guy?
So maybe, he comes in, he wins us a Super Bowl. We'll see.
Well,
I see where Doug's scrolling on his phone.
let's talk about the
Yeah, let me line this one up.
the most exciting game of the week, I think. Well, it's one of two anyhow.
It
There's
depends
two.
on where you were sitting.
There's a Thursday night game that was really, really good, right?
Yeah.
But this game was
So Giants Broncos. Giants come out and they're just taking it to the Broncos. Touchdown, right? Shutting them down. Broncos can't figure anything out on offense. I can't remember the exact stat, but Bo Nix has less than 100 yards passing. They are just getting their asses kicked. Fourth quarter. Take it away, Matt.
I didn't need all that.
I'm just setting the stage.
so 19-0 at the end of the third quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Broncos have been good this year because they've given me some moments reminiscent of Tim Tebow days where you're just sitting there wondering how they're going to pull it off.
Bo Nix is way better than Tim Tebow.
I know.
All right,
And honestly, actually, this reminded me of Peyton Manning because I think I was telling you guys that the last time I had this feeling, like such emotion watching a game, was back in 2012 when the Broncos played the Chargers. The Chargers were up 24-0 at halftime. And, I wasn't sure what we had, if it was the Peyton of old or if it was, the guy with the neck surgery. And, it's just not the same anymore. Then they scored 35 unanswered points in that game. So this had a similar tone for me because I sat there and watched the other team just keep going. And fourth quarter rolls around, Broncos are moving the ball down the field, and tip pass in the end zone goes to Troy Franklin. And I'm like, wow, something went our way.
Yeah. Giants touchdown next.
Well, no, that was the thing. So that happened, and I'm like, oh my God, we're still in it. And we're down, 19-8 because they went for two. And immediately following that series, the Giants come out, tip drill again. Receiver for the Giants tips it up, and Theo Johnson catches it and runs it in for like a 44-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he's a little further out.
I just remember sitting there thinking, well, so much for that. I guess, you give and you take.
Fun while it lasted.
It was over. I just felt
with 10-14 to go, right?
with 10-14 to go, and I was defeated. I honestly just thought to myself, I've never shut a game off, and I'm not doing it now. But I felt like it was going to go the Giants' way.
Remote's in his hand.
No,
He's got his finger on the power button.
I'm not going to shut it off. I watched the entire Super Bowl when they got decimated by the Seahawks, with hope. But ultimately, I know the outcome of that game.
Yeah.
But,
so you lose 5 minutes and get a touchdown, right? So now there's 5:13 left.
It's 5:13. Well, and the Broncos, I think Bo Nix rolled out and ran in for a touchdown at that point. I think the play broke down. Mm-hmm. He scored. And it might have been like, a read where, if there wasn't available, just go in. But they scored, got another 2 points. Now it's, 16-26?
Yep, with 5:13 to go.
And you'd think, and I'm just a fan, I'm not a coach, you'd think that you just run the ball. I mean, they got stopped twice. And, it's the first, they didn't get a first down because they threw a pick. And
you're talking about the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart.
Why are you throwing there?
I don't know. Like
you're up 10 with 5 go.
I think the mindset going into that is this is the kill shot. You're gonna just throw if you get the first down, you can pretty much just know you won the game. And it was the exact opposite. And Justin Chenard, picked it off.
Let's not forget that Brian Dable was on the hot seat, almost fired before Jackson Dart. So. Yeah. It's decisions like that that'll burn you.
Right. So that gave them the ball. They scored a touchdown. And now we're looking at something that's a lot closer. And I remember watching, it was funny because as I'm watching the game, how they do the, all right, here's the line to get to kick the field goal. They did that in that series because essentially you're going to tie it, right? No one's thinking that what's going to happen is going to happen. So the Broncos end up scoring. And they score another touchdown.
Well, real quick, when was the moment when you went from, well, let's see what happens, to we might win this?
The pick. That's honestly, like the moment the pick happened, I'm like, oh my God, they gave us the ball back. We have 5 minutes left. And, at that time, we weren't down by much. I thought it was still a possibility. Mm-hmm. The things are changing. I think someone made the comment after the half. They said that, this is just like the Raiders game last year. and all we need to do is have one play change the momentum of the game and we can win. And that was it. Because last year when they were playing the Raiders, they were down and there was a pick at the end of the quarter, the second quarter, and ultimately they ended up they scored unscored points the rest of oh god, I'm drawing a blank. But ultimately the Raiders didn't score anymore. So the Broncos won that. And they had that pick and that's what they needed. They ended up getting that. They scored another touchdown. So now, what is it, 26-29?
26-29 with 151 left.
And the Broncos were playing good defense. And there was a penalty that was a roughing the passer on Jackson Dart. And that extended because it was going to be what was fourth and whatever. And they managed to get the first down. And then from there, it was a series of plays that ended up with the one that made the difference, where it was a throw to the end zone. And the receiver is going up to try and make a play on it. Riley Moss is trying to turn around, and like you could see him coming back to make the play. And next thing you know, the guy's like hugging him, and they called defensive pass interference on the Broncos, even though Moss is trying to make a play on the ball. And a lot of people after the game were saying that, it really, if anything, it might have been offensive. And they even made that announcement during the game that it could have been offensive. They're just going to pick up the flag. Well, then they called it on the Broncos. And Peyton was pissed. He actually, it's the first time I've seen this in a long time. I guess it's the best and only time you do it. He was down at like the 3 or the 4 yard line trying to talk to the ref. And they threw a flag on him for unsportsmanlike conduct on a coach because he was trying to point out, like, listen, that's not against them or not against us. It should be against them. And if you're going to do anything, just pick it up. And they flagged him. So they got an extra yard. So now they're at the 1 and 40 seconds left. And I'm sitting there thinking, score. Please just score a touchdown right now. I want to have a shot. I don't want to have you guys score and leave no time for the Broncos. They scored. Jackson Dart stretched out and crossed the plane. And I think the moment he did it, it was like 33 seconds left in the clock.
30,
but then
37. Yep.
But that's the thing. It went to 33 because they originally didn't. I don't think they called it a touchdown. I think they went back and reviewed it, the quick review, and then they reset the clock to 37 and gave them the score. So it was in one of those instant reviews.
Yep.
And so the Broncos get it back. They kick it, 37 seconds left. The Broncos get it. 2 deep passes, put them in field goal range. Broncos are there getting ready to kick. And that's when I really wanted to shut the TV off because I don't know if I could have watched it. I was sitting there thinking, if this goes any other way, I'm going to be so mad. It was like with the Colts game when they're like, oh, the Broncos win. And they're like, oh, there's a flag in the play for leverage. And I'm like, oh, my God. So this one, it went up. It was going through the uprights. I'm like, oh, my God. I almost started crying. I was just so happy. But, yeah, so They came back. They won 33-32. And 2 things that were important in that, the extra points that were missed by the Giants, 2 of them.
How about that?
Even in they just make the one. The one in the last touchdown would have made it a tie if the Broncos get the field goal. Because they missed it, I was hopeful that it was just going to end with a field goal, and it did.
Yeah, I know what that feels like too.
But
do you?
I do want to say this.
By Young Wei Koo.
I want to say this, that the game was important to the Broncos. Demaryius Thomas was put into the Ring of Honor that game.
Yeah.
They had a statue there. They had the Super Bowl winning team on site. His parents were, at the game. And I could just think that all those former Broncos, watching prior to that fourth quarter, were probably in the same boat as me, like just frustrated, defeated. And then when everything came back, I think we were all thinking of DT because it was a miracle. It was amazing. And it just reminded me that there's 60 minutes of football. It doesn't end at 45.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was an amazing game.
Yeah.
Just to talk about the other team for a second, how about Dart really evolving into a decent quarterback?
He's playing well.
15 of 33, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. I mean,
great athlete, good arm.
Not drafted in probably anyone's fantasy league, right? Because you weren't thinking the Giants were going to put up the points they do.
Well, I think if you watched the last 2 games, because they beat the Eagles and then they played well what was the other game? But I think
And let's be honest, they should have won this one. Like, he's playing well enough.
if he would have made a better decision,
If his kicker would have made the extra points.
so there are things that ultimately cost him the game. And his throw there, I'm not sure if that was on him.
He's a rookie.
But as a coach, I don't know. Do you put your rookie in that position to say, "Hey, go out and throw a pass"? And
Well,
turn it over?
I think we wouldn't, but again, Dable was almost fired.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So looking down over like team stats and stuff, like when you look at like everything looks really close. There's one stat that jumps out at me here, but like total yards, 387 to 407, passing 268, 265, rushing 119, 142. All very, very close until
Fourth quarter?
you get to penalties.
No. Oh yeah.
How much closer? I shouldn't say how much closer. How much further could this game have been? But the Giants have 8 penalties for 36 yards. Broncos had 12 penalties for 127 yards.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Including one on their coach.
90 more yards, though. Like, that's a lot of penalty. I mean, time of possession, it's 29-49 to 30-11.
so do you think as a coach you get kind of fed up with it when it's happening and
Yeah.
you run off to the field and you're like,
And
you know what?
honestly, if he stays in the coaching box, which is like the 20 to the 20,
doesn't
I
get the
think.
flag, probably.
Yeah, he probably doesn't get the flag. But he ran out of it.
Yeah.
So that's where you get in trouble.
You say another player, you were telling me earlier before?
So Dre Greenlaw actually started last week for the first time, and I think they said he did well. But then at the end of the game, it sounded like what happened was there was an altercation between him and the ref that called that penalty, and I'm not sure what was said, but they basically said that, like, he was threatening him. So I don't know what the conversation was or where it was going, but he appealed it. The appeal was rejected, and so he's
it
out
almost
this week.
always is.
It's always, yeah.
But I think what you get most with Greenlaw outside of his play is just his leadership.
Oh, yeah.
So he's the
I saw it when he was in San Francisco.
and that's what you're losing there.
I do want to say one thing though. A lot of people will discredit, the Broncos and say that they should have lost. The Broncos were defeating themselves in the first 3 quarters because of the way that they were playing. Someone was actually talking about this in the post-game analysis, that if you look at the first 3 quarters, the Broncos were throwing everything either behind the line or within 8 yards. The fourth quarter, they were moving the ball down the field. They were throwing it down the field. And that's the one thing that I was struggling with, because it was reminiscent of the Russell Wilson stage where it's, let's just throw it to the check down, let's throw it to the short pass. And, Bo Nix can throw. He's throwing.
Well, that's the Sean Payton offense. He's going to beat you up with everything underneath.
Yeah, but everything underneath wasn't working for 3 quarters.
Well, once your safeties start to move up, because that's what you're playing, that's when he'll take a couple of shots.
Yeah.
It's just a staple of his offense. That's why his running backs are always,
I get it.
So
a lot of
But for
catches.
3 quarters, that's what it was.
as a fan, but a fantasy guy, what's going on with Harvey? Because again, J.K. Dobbins out touched him 15-5.
Yeah.
So are they not? I mean, this is the guy you drafted. He was going to be the savior, right? And like give him a running game.
I never thought that.
Well, everyone else did.
Well, that's because
Everyone
everyone
else
else has an opinion from the outside looking in.
I'm just saying. Obviously the Broncos thought that too, but here's Dobbins continuously.
So prior to the season, prior to Dobbins getting signed with the Broncos, I knew that they would need another back. They couldn't rely on just Harvey alone. It's not a discredit to him. It's just the way that the Sean Payton offense is played. You have your big guy, and then you have the elusive weapon, the speedster. It's always been effective for him.
Yeah, they've always had that. I want to say it was Deuce Staley for a little bit,
It might
back
have
when they
been.
had Reggie Bush. Then it was Ingram and Kamara.
Ingram.
And he always has that other guy who gets more touches, and it's just I think Harvey's outperforming him right now.
Well, I wouldn't say he's outperforming him. He might be outperforming him in fantasy. It's that they're targeting Harvey in the red zone as opposed to, and that's the thing. Like when they're doing it, it's all right. Well, it's a toss out to the side or a pass, as opposed to J.K. Dobbins where he's running right up the middle. So Dobbins is the guy that's going to get through the line. Harvey, he needs to have a large enough hole for him to get through. Otherwise, he's getting taken down.
So his last 3 games against the Giants, the Jets, and the Eagles, he has 4 attempts for 0 yards,
Yes.
2 attempts for 4 yards, and 4 attempts for 12 yards.
Step catches.
He has, it doesn't give me the yardage, but he had 1 catch for I can go back to it. I don't know.
Just how many?
Yep. And then he had 4 catches against the Jets and 3 against Philadelphia.
So he's getting less than 10 touches in a lot of situations.
So when people were taking him early in fantasy, I just thought I wouldn't put stock into Harvey. I would be putting it into Dobbins because I figured Dobbins is going to be the guy.
Dobbins is definitely a guy. I'm looking here at the numbers. The last 3 weeks, 14 for 81, 14 for 40, and 20 for 79.
What I'll say is this: if you're really into fantasy, don't base it off of what the group thinks. Ask the people who are fans of that team, because they'll tell you honestly, like, who they know is going to be the one getting all the targets.
So Dobbins has 105 attempts rushing on 523 yards, which is 5 yards a carry. So 105 on 523. And I'm just curious here, what 105 on 523. And he is 37 for 154 for 4.2. And if you take him away the first game, 6 carries for 70 yards. Because he had that big breakaway in the first game of the season. It wasn't like a 40-yard touchdown run or something. But, yeah, I mean, after game 1, he's not done.
What's crazy to me is even when you add in Dobbins' numbers, they're not handing the ball off 30 times, which is wild.
No, 37 and what I say, 105.
But you also have to remember the plays in the backfield.
Yeah, he does use that as an extension of the run game.
So that's a part of it.
Short draggers, that kind of stuff.
Screens, yeah.
140, so 7, what's, it's 20, about 20 per game.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
But yeah, it was a great game. I'm hoping that the Broncos can do what you think they are just trying to do, which is bring the safeties in and then stretch the field. But they're more effective when they're passing than trying to chuck it backwards. Because the one play, Bo Nix actually turned around to throw it back like 3 yards. And I thought, I hope he catches it because it's a fumble otherwise. It's not good.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's the next game that was? I guess we can go through our picks from last week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Steelers Bengals was the other really good game of the week.
What was that score?
That was 30. That was Thursday night. That was 33-31.
That was interesting.
That's when they were going back and forth. They were the 2 best games
How
of the
many
week.
yards did Jamar Chase have in that game? Because I feel like
A lot.
Flacco's only option.
I'm going to say it was like 160.
168, I think.
Something like that. I'm going to tell you in a second. 161.
161.
Yep, 16 catches for 161.
And Higgins still had,
6 catches for 96.
Yeah, he's still good, but it seemed like they just weren't covering Chase.
And I can never pronounce the other guy's name.
Ashivas?
That's it, right? Yep. He had 3 catches for 49 yards, so it's just
A lot of offense.
Yeah.
Which that'll set up our conversation later when we're talking about.
And I think Brown, Chase Brown, might have had his first 100-yard game of the season. He did. 11 carries for 108 yards, 9.8 yards per carry.
Wow.
Other than that, before that, his biggest game of the season was against Jacksonville, 16 carries for 47 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I have him in a couple of leagues. I know he's kind of let me down.
And their quarterback was traded so Dylan Gabriel could start.
So the reason I was big on Chase Brown is the last 5 weeks of the season last year, he was the number 3 running back in the league.
Yeah.
So it looked like one of those, okay, he's developed. He's going to be the guy going forward. So I targeted him. And, he's let me down to this point. But anyhow.
Sad, Doug.
Rodgers had 249 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks that game.
And barely whiffed on another one of his miracle Hail Mary plays.
Sorry. Did you guys see the play with Warren where Rodgers was as mad as I've ever seen him in a football game?
Oh, where the guy jumped on his back?
No. So I don't know if it was Warren just making stuff up as he's going. So Rodgers hands him the ball off. He takes the ball. He turns around at the goal line and tosses it back. And Rodgers he just tossed it wherever. It was almost as if he was trying to do
flea flicker
flea flicker without Rodgers knowing. Because
I didn't see that.
Rodgers' face, man, I'm telling you, if looks could kill, there would have been.
He died twice.
Yeah, because it was so bad. He's like, what? doing? Like, he's screaming at Warren. And I'm like, did they really? Like,
So-
did that just happen? Like, it was so hard to.
Yeah, I guess so. If he would have flicked that back, right? That's a fumble if Rogers doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
catch the ball.
And I think someone made the comment. It's like, oh, so the moment that they call the flea flicker in the huddle and you're not paying attention, but you're the one giving the play because it was Rogers.
Well, earlier in the game, his own lineman kind of celebrated with him, jumped on his back,
Oh,
knocked
God.
him over. Did you see it?
I didn't see that
Yeah,
either.
so he tackles him to the ground. He gets up. Rogers gets up. He shoves him because he's so pissed. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then they asked him about it after the game. He's like, "I don't know what he's thinking." He's like, "I get being excited and I love that, but I'm 40."
And he's 370 pounds. Like, what are you doing?
He's like, "I'm 40."
That's the one thing that frustrated me about this. Prior to the game, it's like, oh, this is the icy hot bowl, and I'm like, dudes are younger than me, and I'm just watching them go out and put up 64 points in a football game. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and
crazy.
they're elderly who should be retiring soon.
Yeah,
And you know what's funny is
that's one way to look at it.
your every single one of his touchdowns went to a tight end.
Oh yeah, Pat Fryermuth had 2.
Farmuth had 5 catches for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What's that guy?
Jonnu Smith had 3 for 28 and a touchdown, and I forget his first name. I'm going to say it's Dante. It's not Dante. But he had 3 catches for 2 yards and a touchdown.
Is that the 300-pounder?
He's like 6'11" or something. He's like really, really big.
Yeah.
I say 6. I think he's like 6'8".
What's crazy, I remember him coming out in the draft, and he's in that. So there's some guys who are in this elite level athleticism for their size. It was guys like, oh my God, he was a tight end for you guys for a while. But they're like their size speed chart is off the hook,
Yeah.
and he's like top 2 in that category because he's so huge and
He's
he's
6'7",
so quick.
265. 6'7", 265 for a tight end.
Well, they were saying he was 300.
Darnell Washington.
Yeah, they were saying he was 300 pounds during the broadcast because I just remember
Well, I
thinking,
think he might have been heavier when he came out, but
Yeah.
he cuts down because he's in the pros now, and they have him on a true,
Yeah.
diet.
Anyhow.
So, this past week's games, Doug, how did
Yeah.
everyone fare?
Well, let me tell you.
Anyway, guys, I
bottom.
think we could wrap it up here.
Oh no, Adam's just joking. He's just joking. You know what? We start either at the bottom and go to the top or whatever, but let's kind of start in the middle, right? So, Donnie went 5-2 for the week, and we'll talk about each game here in a minute. Matt, you went 4-3. Adam,
Skip that one.
Adam went 1-6. Somehow he managed to get Seattle correct, guys. I don't know how that's possible, but somehow he picked Seattle correct because he didn't pick anyone else. I think he was watching too much Pokemon or something. I'm not sure.
Gotta catch 'em all.
See. And yours truly went 7-0 because I never pick against my Niners like the rest of these yahoos did.
Yours truly? I'm just kidding. Sorry, Doug.
Yeah,
Does that mean me?
yours truly? Me.
I don't know.
mean me?
I don't know who that means.
Me. So let's go. Hey, first game of the week. No, we had Eagles -1.5 at the Vikings. Let me just find the game here because I saw it here.
28-22.
28-20. Okay, I was thinking 28-23. So 28-22.
And I'm
Right?
gonna say the chat helped you guys on this.
Whatever. Listen, Matt said Vikings 20. He was close to their points, but he said Vikings 20-17. Wrong. Donnie. This helped Donnie.
Yeah, the
Because,
chat. Yeah,
because he originally took the Vikings 29-2.
yeah.
Yes. And then who was it? Somebody in the chat.
Joe and Tedder. Sorry, Vader and Tedder.
Yeah. He's like, I'll take the Eagles. So then he took the Eagles 24-23, which is probably the closest score of the week. It was. Adam said Vikings 28 by 2 touchdowns, 14. And I said Eagles 31-17. I thought they'd score more.
So, a couple things. First,
Yours truly is listening.
the Eagles,
Donnie?
they got that pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that away. There's the potential. The Giants, it's not Giants. The Eagles still did well. I mean, I think Jalen Hurts threw.
He had for like 300 yards,
He
3
had a
touchdowns,
perfect
maybe.
passer rating, a 158.3. He over 300 yards. Devontae
Only 4
Smith
incompletes.
and Brown, who's actually out this week. They both had touchdowns. Like they were
Monster games.
They were doing very well. Passing game was there,
Yeah.
and so I think that that's what people thought, not just from the Eagles, but like coming in as the Super Bowl champions, that they would still have games like this. Granted, their running game is still not where it was.
Madden curse.
It strikes again.
Yep.
Well, I think Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football basically said that there's a drop off for any player that has that many yards in a season. The following year is
Well, it's the
always better.
carries. It's more the carries.
Yeah,
the
workload.
over,
Right, yeah.
the over 300 carries.
Devontae Smith, 9 catches for 183 yards. A.J. Brown, 4 for 121.
Yeah.
That's 30 yards a catch. Yeah.
I wonder why he's been so mad.
Not
4
to
catches takes him to the house.
not to knock the Vikings here, but Wentz I thought would do a little bit better, but he did throw for 300 yards.
Yeah.
But he had 2 interceptions and no touchdowns.
He's the most awkward-looking quarterback I've ever seen.
Someone made a comment that
Like a baby deer.
he must have got the jerseys mixed up when he threw that one touchdown.
To the wrong player.
He still threw a touchdown. They're like, we should give him a credit for his Eagles records of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
anyhow, let me get out of this one. Then we had what? Oh, Redskins at the Cowboys. I don't know how these guys are picking the Redskins here, but they did. All 3 of them said, yeah, Redskins are going to beat the Cowboys.
No, I took Commanders.
No, you took the Redskins. You had me looking. I'm like, what?
He's like the third team.
Yeah, he thought it was the Cowboys for a second.
You know,
He said Cowboys.
first-
That's how little he knows their name.
First quarter, the Redskins tried to keep it close, but Daniels did not look himself. He didn't.
Right. Then he had that hamstring injury.
Right. 12 of 122 for 156 yards and a touchdown. He did not look himself, although he did 8 carries for 35 yards. They're having a hard time with their running game. Like Merritt, Krusky Merritt, who they thought would be, is not turning out to be that guy. Cowboys, on the other hand, Dak, I wonder what his rating was. It had to be pretty high.
Yeah, he had a great game. The Cowboys have been playing super well. They actually impressed me here, and imagine if they had Micah Parsons. They might be in a nice little playoff run.
Maybe.
I saw that they're trying to get a team to give them a defensive player.
they're trying
which
to
just
trade
makes
it.
me
In fact, the
scratch my head.
Falcons are one of the teams linked with Arnold Ebiketie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Lamb had 5 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown.
Pickens
4 for 82. Right? I mean, it's a solid game.
and Ferguson.
7 catches for 29 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, just another one of those.
How many times have they put up 40 points this season?
Not many.
Really?
I don't think so. Hold on.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, I don't. 40 points
In
though.
the 30s?
At least
They've
40.
been in the 30s.
Tell you. So we have that one, right?
I thought they did 2 or 3.
There's 27. 37.
Oh, almost 40. So, yeah.
40-40 against the Packers, that Monday night game that tied.
Giants 40-40.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Packers?
Three times.
3 times.
Yeah,
They
3
put up
times.
40 points 3 times and 37 once. So their offense is even
Like,
without
that was
CD
before-
Lamb.
Yeah, CD Lamb's back now, but before CD Lamb, DK was holding it down.
Who was?
Isn't that who they have? DK?
George Pickens.
Oh, George Pickens. What is
Yeah.
wrong with my brain?
That's all right.
So
I'm like,
you
who?
took the guy from the team that DK went to.
There you go. That's where
Yes, believe me. It's weird that I know how you think.
that's where my you follow my brain pattern.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Then we had Texans going to Seattle. Seattle was 3.5 point favorite.
I think we all expected it.
We all took Seattle. What was the final? 27-19.
Nailed it.
27-19. We have 2 people with 28-21. 3 people with 28-21.
And what did Adam have? not that number?
28-21, 28-21, 28. I had
Yeah.
19-15.
When
okay.
when you picked 28-21, Donnie and I jumped on the.
The
I was
bandwagon.
like, I'm not doing it. Then we had Falcons Niners. That was a really, really, really good game. We had 28-24, 35-14. It doesn't even matter. You guys all picked the Falcons. I'm the only one that took the Niners in a close one, 21-20. I should have known it'd be closer to 21-10, but I knew my Niners would dominate.
I am 2
No, you
seconds
didn't.
away from flipping this fucking table. Ask Matt. I was depressed about this game for probably 3 days.
Were you really?
Yeah, it was just. I don't think we have the right coaches, and it bums me out because now maybe we make a playoff run, maybe we don't, but we don't have a Super Bowl winning coaching staff.
His problem is that he actually told me, and I'm not lying when I say this, he would want Kyle Shanahan to come back.
I don't remember saying that, but I would. I think he's better than Raheem Morris. So that's where I stand. I'd trade you coaches in a second.
Anyhow.
You need an
He's like, I
offensive-
wish I had Kyle Shanahan. He's like, we'd be in a better position than we are right now.
Yeah, till you get to the fourth quarter, and then Bijan's not touching the ball.
That's fine. We got Drake
No,
London.
it's not, because
we got
you
Kyle
fucking lose
Pitts,
them.
We got Darnell Mooney.
You lose then.
Yeah, they have George Kittle. They have. I can go through the list of all the 49ers
Their
players that.
offense isn't like the Falcons.
Oh my God, I can walk out and let you guys do that thing you were sending me the video of.
in here, breaking up
The
tables.
two podcasters choking each other out.
Oh yeah. Anyhow, then we had our balls deep game of the week. Colts at the Chargers. Chargers are 1.5 point favorites. I thought this was going to be a great game. Where's that? Colts Chargers. Sorry, there it is.
Yeah.
And you know,
It was. It was all right.
kind of. I mean,
It was a lopsided affair.
it looked like, the Colts were, at halftime, the game was over. Like I really thought, are they going to come back and score or not? Right. And they did. They tried to, they scored 2 touchdowns, but they didn't stop Indianapolis in the third quarter. So it was just one of those games. I thought the Colts would dominate, and they did. I didn't think it would be how many?
2 touchdowns.
So wait a second. You said you didn't, or you did? Because you're really setting
Wait.
a terrible stage here.
Wait. Maybe I did say 2 touchdowns.
Let's see.
So someone did predict this game correctly. Let's just see. Matt said Colts 23-17. He was like, yeah, Colts are going to win this one. Donnie thought they would too, 42-20. Who didn't pick the Colts?
Adam.
23-17?
He has more faith in Harbaugh. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I know his mind.
And then yours truly, guys. You guys helped me do this.
So Donnie did this?
I did this.
You said yours truly.
Yeah, yours truly.
Donnie?
That means Donnie.
38-24. I don't know how many times we've done this. In a year and a
Pick the
half.
perfect.
Yeah, pick a perfect
I
score.
don't think we've ever done it.
Yeah,
I
first
think
time.
we've had the spread right
Right.
and
We've
off
had
by
some close
one.
ones, yeah. Yeah. So 38-24. And it was a I thought it was Taylor looked great. He had 3 touchdowns, 94 yards rushing, 38 yards receiving, and Pierce 5 catches for 98 yards. Another amazing game. And Warren, Tyler, how about this guy Warren? Should he have gone somewhere else? Did we talk about this?
Well, I don't know if he should have gone somewhere else, but look at the team he just left.
What about it?
Look what happened to them.
They're losing?
Yeah,
They went from number one.
number 2 in the
Number
country,
two,
number 1
yeah.
maybe. And
When they started the season?
Yes.
and now they're not even ranked near
Well,
the bottom of the league.
Well, you don't have that guy catching balls for you.
Yeah,
Plus,
or running
they
quarterback,
used him,
or
yeah.
running the ball, or blocking.
Yeah. But what a season he's having. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Pittman Jr. looked good, 7 for 58. Daniel Jones,
He is the guy.
23 of 34, 288, 2 touchdowns. He's doing great.
And I'm actually glad we went into that. I don't remember if I was reading it or listening to it, but they're saying that quarterbacks are taking a little longer now because college has changed so much in that it's a not going under center league. You have your jet sweeps, you're stretching the field sideways, you're coming out 5 wide more often, that it's taking them a little longer. So it's taking until these quarterbacks get into their second contract to really hit their full development cycle. So Daniel Jones,
Or
is
was
one
he
of these
just in a
guys.
really bad team?
Well, Daniel Jones is one of these guys that now he's in a second. Well, it's happened with other guys like Sam Darnold, and so it's taking till that second contract until they're really figuring out the NFL game, and we're giving up on them too early.
I mean, Jackson Dart looks pretty good in Giants.
Well, there's obviously quarterbacks that are going to break that system, but they're saying taking a little longer now.
But yeah, the other thing is, like, if you look at Daniels and you look at Darnold, I think, had his worst game last week, right? That was his worst of the season. But prior to that, I think he was either number 1 or number 2 in the league in terms of his rating. And so you look at a guy that was on the bench. He was with the Jets, I believe, with the 49ers. Comes
The
out.
Vikings gets a shot.
Gets a shot with the Vikings, does well, and who do you think has the better outcome in the situation where, all right, so we have Darnold here, we have Geno Smith, we're going to get rid of him, we're going to bring Darnold in, now Geno Smith is down with the Raiders and struggling. And yeah, I think Adam's correct because you're seeing some of the quarterbacks that have been in the league for some time. Look at Mac Jones now. Like, is that what the play you're seeing now from Mac Jones? Is it what you've seen in his career thus far?
No, but that's, he wanted to draft Mac Jones, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And maybe we need to stick with these guys we draft a little longer, right?
Are you listening to New England?
The problem is the coach is probably gone before that guy's hitting his full development, so it's tough.
On the Chargers side of things, Abear didn't look too bad, right? 420 yards, but a lot of that was mop up. Like he was behind just gunning the ball. 2 picks, 3 touchdowns.
How about their rookie tight end who set a rookie tight end record for their team?
Yeah.
One of my favorite players in the NFL.
It is. I drafted him in 4 of my 8 leagues.
No, he's talking about Gates.
Oh, Gates.
No.
Talking about
No, he's talking about
Warren. Oh,
no,
sorry.
Gatson. Yeah.
Gatson.
Rondon Gatson the second. 7 catches, 164 yards, and a touchdown. And he's been. Come on, wait for it to load.
He had a good week on Thursday.
I'm just trying to find where. Looking for that, and it won't pop up. There it goes.
While Doug's waiting, you see that the players that are on that team stepping up where there's some deficiencies because I know Harbaugh likes to run the ball without Najee Harris, without Omarion Hampton. I think Haskins was injured too.
Yeah, he was.
And so Vidal was in for that game, which, he had a better night Thursday night, but I think that game, it wasn't what you'd expect. So I think that they're picking it up wherever they can. So the other player on that team that Doug doesn't like to give any credit to is Keenan Allen. But
giving any credit to him, it's like
he's washed up. That's what you said.
He's washed.
We'll get back to him in a second.
Sorry.
So Gatson, he didn't play till what game? I guess that's game 3 of the season, right? 3-6, yeah. And that was against Denver, where he had 7 targets for 5 catches. But the first 3 games, he only had 11 targets, and he had 8 catches on 11 targets. Now the last 3 games, he has 22 targets with 19 catches.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 games, which is giving him 68 yards, 164 yards, and 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like this, I think he's really going to be you're going to see this continue. I really do. He's really athletic. He is really, really good. You get the ball near him, he's going to catch the ball, right? Another 6'5", 6'6" guy. So I was excited for him, and that's why I was trying to draft him as much as I could.
The reason I said Gates is that's the person's record he broke.
And watching him play, he's not a tremendous blocker. He reminds me of that Walker from the Raiders. That's the kind of player he reminds me of. Or is it Waller, maybe?
Waller.
Reminds me of
From the Dolphins now?
Well, when he was in his
Raiders,
prime. Yeah, when he's in his prime. That's kind of the player
Giants
here.
and the Broncos.
That's kind of the player he reminds me of, is when super athletic, okay at blocking, but he'll get you those big receiving games.
Yeah.
And Keenan Allen did have a good game. 11 catches, 119 yards, and a touchdown.
Look at his season, Doug.
What? I'm going to him. Or here it is. You ready?
He's in it.
You ready?
Go ahead.
So he has 4 receptions the other night for 44 yards. Would you call that a great night?
Amazing.
I'm not talking about that one game.
Hold on. The game before Miami, four catches for 27 yards.
Pretty
That's
good.
a great game.
No.
Okay. Then he has 5 for 58.
How many touchdowns does he have for the season?
4. But if you go past the first 3 weeks, the last 5 weeks, he has, outside of the game against Indianapolis, he hasn't. 5 catches for 37. That's not a great game. But if you go back to the first game, Kansas City had 7 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown, 5 for 61 and a touchdown, 7 for 65 and a touchdown. Because, you know why? Because you get to that 10, 12-yard mark, he finds a way to get open.
What I'm going to say is this.
He is a veteran receiver.
So the thing that he does that I think is missed in all the stats is a lot of his catches are for first downs when it's a third down play.
Well, he's that veteran guy. He's big-bodied.
Correct.
He's strong, so he's able to get open with his route running. However, you can't say that he's...
Right, but statistically, you can't put weight on the importance he has in that team.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's not going to be this 100-yard, 100-yard, 100 reception. He's not going to be that guy.
Well, right, but my thing I'm going with is where he's at in terms of his stats for the year. I think he's on a better track record than he was last year.
He might be, but...
I mean, look at the quarterback that's throwing to him this year compared to last year. This guy's going to throw a lot more balls.
Right, but he's also better with the ball.
I'm just saying he's not that. I'd be willing to bet any amount of money here that he does not have another duplicate 10-catch, 100-yard game the rest of the ball.
Well, I mean, honestly,
my thing is he's just not a 1,300-yard, 10-touchdown guy anymore.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
How about a football hat bet?
Nah.
No?
You both like football hats.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, because you know that I...
Well, no, the reason I'm saying it
is
so as the rookie tight end has now become a bigger piece of that offense, your reliance upon someone like Keenan Allen is not as frequent. So if he wasn't there, then there might be a situation where he does. But
you're right. That's possible.
What I'm saying is there's other factors that are going to limit his success.
Yeah.
So,
well, I agree with that. Young Keenan Allen was a dog, and it doesn't matter who's on the team with him. He's getting 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns.
yeah.
Yep. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
So I know it's not one of the games from last week, but I do want to mention that I did see something kind of scary that afternoon. The Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought that was an incredible catch. And next thing you know, like, I'm looking at the screen because I turned away because I was like, oh my God, did you see that? And I looked up and the ball's like rolling around and he's out. And like, I saw it. I just thought, oh my God, like he blacked out. He was out cold. And the thing that really got me about it was that, so they go out, they're talking to him. I'm surprised they didn't take him off with a cart because like when he's walking, his eyes are closed. Like he was in no capacity to walk off on his own. And then they said he had a concussion, and then they said he also broke his clavicle.
Well, another issue is a little older, recovery's not the same, especially from a head injury.
Yeah.
It's sad to see. So I've always been on the other side of Mike Evans.
I know. So I can understand why.
I don't hate the guy, obviously, but I just hate the team he plays for. But it's unfortunate that happens because I think he probably has another few years left in him, and maybe that was shortened a little bit from this. And another one of those guys, he's a dog. He's not the fastest guy. He might be the strongest.
When you said what you said about Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
it reminded me of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a scary moment because like you want them to stay out in the field. You don't want them to go down. And the way he did, I thought it was just a great catch.
And then he's downfield blocker, helping you run. Like he does so much for the team that aren't going to be in the stat books.
And what stat did it stop for him?
Oh no, his starting. I
His
didn't even think about that.
11 seasons of 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
That ends this year.
that's crazy.
So it says 6 to 8 weeks. So I bet it's closer to 8. He'll probably, if they make the playoffs, I'm sure he'll be in for that. But yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, and I bet it's going to be closer to 8. He had surgery this week, it said.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when you get so they don't do surgery on clavicles anymore. It has to be real bad in order to need it.
So they had surgery.
Yeah, well, isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
So mine didn't get surgery when I had mine. That they just let the men on top of each other now. When you need surgery, it's usually something happened, something splintered,
Oh
or
shit.
maybe there was some type of damage inside. But yeah, they don't. It's not a typical clavicle.
And I'm sure
process.
they have a pretty good surgeon they'd be going to compared
Oh,
to
yeah.
you or I, right?
Yeah.
To a local,
And that's when they're like, listen, they don't repair these like they used to, Adam. So just go home and let it mend.
My story is even worse than that. I had to have it re-separated because when I went to the ER, they didn't place it right.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah, so
no way.
yeah, so like after 2 weeks, I had to go in and get it re-separated so it would heal properly. But that's our local healthcare. But so at least the specialist I went to knew what he was talking about.
Well, so we end week 7 with Adam. You went from being in first place to being in last place at 27 and 22.
From first to worst.
From first to worst.
Just creating a little drama. Had to give you guys an opportunity to beat me this year, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
What? You act like you won last year.
Anyway, that's a good point.
So Matt's 28 and 21. Donnie is 30 and 19, and I'm 32 and 17.
What am I?
Last.
Yeah.
27.
You're 5 games. 5 games between first and last, so it's not enough. 5 games if this was like week 17, that'd be interesting because
I'd have to get them all right.
and I'd have to get them all wrong, and it's not going to happen.
It will. It will.
Um,
All right, now on to this week's games, gentlemen. No reason to dig in that more.
okay. All right. Man, I did a perfect week with the perfect score pick.
No reason to dig around anymore in
Right.
the last week's games.
Perfect week with the perfect score pick.
Enjoy it. Breathe it in and turn the page.
Niners win too. Man, what a week. What a week. Ah! What a week.
That's just weird. I can leave if you'd like.
No, I'd rather you stay right now. All right. So this week we have San Francisco at Houston. Houston is a 1.5 point favorite.
I don't know how.
Donnie will go first, and then I'll go second, then Matt, then Adam. That's what we'll do because Adam has the what record?
The worst?
Worst. So we'll let him go last. We'll give him the advantage
That's fine.
of picking against
I never
whoever.
eat worst.
Whatever. So I don't know if you guys know it. Houston has a really good defense in the season. They just can't seem to score enough points.
Now that Nico Collins is out too, that has an impact.
Yes, it does. So
Still the overdog.
I'm gonna
Is that a
take
Donnie term?
I'm gonna take the underdog here and pick the upset.
Don't even start.
I'm gonna take the 49ers. $23-7. Yeah. Oh, Donnie, by the way, he took the Niners 21-17. So I'm going to say Niners 23-7. I think Mac Jones is going to CMC is going to still rush over Houston. I really think so. I think he's going to have 150, 170 yards total offense, and I think we're going to dominate that game. Yeah, Matt.
So for me, Nico Collins' loss is huge. I think that their one player did step up, but I don't think it's enough. So the 49ers get another one. And I'm going to go 28.
2 touchdowns.
14.
2 touchdowns. Matt took my score.
All right, erase my score.
That's exactly what I was going with. 2 touchdowns. You know what? I could change it up. I'll go
Wait. Who are you taking?
35-21.
Who are you taking?
Niners.
Niners.
I'll go 24 to
10.
Yeah, let's go.
He's like, do the math for me,
20,
please.
24-10?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. The next one we have Dallas going to Denver, Mile High, right? Broncos are 3.5 point favorites.
Mile High Stadium.
Yep,
Wait.
Mile High.
Are you saying Denver's the favorite?
They are the favorite, 3.5 points.
Wow.
Yeah, which I thought would be more. I think they opened at 4.
That's crazy.
So Donnie said, can't go against my team,
Which he always says.
which he always says, but he took He takes the Broncos 30-28.
Wait, are we talking about the same Donny?
The same Donny.
Yeah, he always takes Broncos.
I am taking the Broncos because I think it's going to be a much better game. I think J.K. Dobbins is going to have a 100-yard game this week, and that's going to open up the pass game. And I think you're going to find that the Broncos are going to have something like 450 yards of total offense, and they're going to destroy Dallas.
Damn.
34-17.
Damn. Matt, you want me to go?
So I want to look something up quick.
All right, I'll go while you're looking it up. So I'm going to say this is Harvey's week. He goes off 200 total yards.
Whew. Wow.
What?
Wow.
And
Did you get a Red Bull? Was there vodka in it?
and I'm still going to say it's not enough. I think Dallas scores 40 again.
Okay.
44-38.
Okay. 80 point game. I like it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
Okay.
So in the spirit of being reminded of the Manning game where they came back, scored 35 unanswered points, I recall there was a huge match with the Cowboys,
The following week.
I think the following year.
Okay.
And when that was held, it was actually in Dallas. And I'm going to go with that score because
Keep it going.
here's
I like
the
it.
thing. I'm going to say this. So Lamb's back. Pickens is going to be covered by Moss, even though he is the best corner with over 30 passes targeted at him. His coverage is, better than anyone else in the league with 30 targets. I think there's going to be a lot that's going to have to be put on the Broncos in order to overcome the Cowboys. Javonte Williams is going to want to score a touchdown against his old team. So I think there are going to be a lot of points in this game. To the point that it's
on
going
my
to be
page, baby.
sickening.
Let's go.
I'm going to say that the Broncos are going to still pull it off despite the Cowboys putting up 48 points. The Broncos are going to score 51-48.
Wow. 99 point game.
It happened in Dallas.
Last time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was a shootout to the end. It was crazy.
Well, interesting. Yeah, I think Broncos defense is just going to, I really think that, although Dre's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Greenlaw. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think they're going to.
I'm hoping you pick 6-3 Broncos. Everyone else picked a shootout.
34-17? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I don't know.
Is that 51 or 57?
51.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, 51.
Historical preference.
Historical perfect. Yeah, 51-48. So we got you. Then we have the Bucks, 4.5 point favorites going into the Saints. Donnie said Bucks 31-16. Personally,
Is this game close?
I think New Orleans is looking better and better every week, right?
I think they're still bad.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think they're looking better and better, but I just think Tampa Bay is going to run all over them. I don't know how this is a 4.5 point spread, but I'm going to take the Bucks as well, and I think it's going to be something like 42-23.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm also going Bucks. And I also agree it's going to be a closer match than what, we would typically think. But I don't see it being 4.5 points. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm going to go 31-21.
Okay. I like it. There's your chance.
Nah, so I hate the Bucks, right?
Oh, my God.
I hate them.
He's like, Taysom Hill is going to come out.
But I hate the Saints more. So I'm going Bucks. I also want 31. Give me 31-17, 2 touchdowns.
I knew as soon as you said 31. We all know.
Okay. All right. I like it. Bears at the Rams. So
Bears have been playing good football
They've
lately.
been playing real
Ben
good. Rams
Johnson's
are
turned the corner.
6.5-point favorites.
Too bad it's the Ravens.
Ravens, that's right. I kept saying so, but 6.5-point favorites. Is Lamar back?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's back.
Okay. I didn't see that because when I saw this, I wanted to look it up and I didn't do it because I thought Bears have been playing really good ball, and if Lamar's not back, how are they 6.5-point favorites? So I'm assuming he's back.
I believe so. Bear with me.
No, it's okay. We're all
Bear, Chicago, bear with me.
It says questionable. He's a full participant in practice on Friday.
okay.
That means he's playing.
Okay. So I don't want to go against the Bears because they look so good, but I'm going to. I'm going to take the Ravens. And I don't know why, but I think it's going to be more like a 19-16 game.
All right. What Donny pick?
Donnie said Ravens 27-24. He also thought it was going to be a 3-point game.
Martholomus.
I'm going to go with the Ravens as well.
Uh-oh. I know what you're doing.
But I'm going to say if Lamar's back, which I'm assuming he will, that it's going to be 31-14.
Okay.
So,
Here's your shot.
yeah, in order to make the comeback, do I pick who I think's going to win or do I pick who I want to
Who
win?
you need to win
Yeah.
based on your pick?
So Ben Johnson's really turned the corner with this team.
Yeah.
Caleb, he can ball. Sometimes he looks like ass though. So it's really swaying me here.
Ravens haven't had the defense they've had in the past.
Yeah, and Lamar's first game back, I'm going to say the Bears get him.
A little rusty. Okay.
I'm going to go Bears 16-13.
Wow. Holding Lamar to 1 touchdown. Okay.
They missed the extra point.
Okay. Could be. That's been happening a lot. And it leads us to
Balls deep.
Game of the Week. All right. We have the Packers, 3-point favorites going into Pittsburgh. I don't see. By the way, Donnie took the Steelers 24-13.
Is this his first game against his old team with him ripping his Achilles last year? I don't think he played him, right?
He didn't play him last
So he
year.
hasn't played the Packers yet.
He hasn't. And
Love it.
yeah, I know. And what gets me is he going to throw for 4 touchdowns and 6 picks this week, or is he going to throw for 3 touchdowns and 1 pick? Right? Like, I think I'm going to take the Pack. I really think they're good. They are going to win this game. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be something like 37-35. I think
Who did Donnie take?
he took the Steelers 24-13,
All right.
and I'm taking the Packers 37-35. I think they're going to come in and do it, and I think Rodgers is going to throw a pick to end the game.
Oh,
That's bittersweet.
I think he's going to throw a pick to end the game. Anyhow,
Yeah, for me, I still have to go with the Packers. I saw the dysfunction in the backfield last week, and I just think that do you get the Packers that played the Browns earlier this year, or do you get the Packers that are putting up 40 points and tie with the Cowboys? I could see this going both ways, honestly. I just think that the way that there was some issues last week, the fact that he didn't get a single pass to his receivers, and you have DK Metcalf out there. They're also getting Calvin Austin back. I don't know if they can overcome what's been going on. And it's not like it's terrible. I mean, they're not doing like bad. It's just that game last week just looked like there was something off. I think that the Packers, they play well. They travel well.
Kraft, like 8 catches, 2 touchdowns type of game.
Well, here's the thing. Here's something we didn't talk about. This weekend is tight end weekend.
It is tight end
George
National
Kittle.
tight end day.
George Kittle will probably get his touchdown like he does every year.
Not against the Falcons.
On
Keep going.
tight end weekend. Are you guys playing
last
him
week.
this?
Last week.
Yeah, you're missing the point.
Could he even
of
have
the
a
story.
catch?
Did they win?
And here's another fact about your Falcons. George Kittle historically, when having a game like that, has a
Bounces back.
monster
Goes off.
game the next one. So of course, I think maybe he was just like, you know what, next weekend's
We'll
my
save it.
weekend.
We'll save it.
We'll save it for then.
Yeah.
Falcons, they don't need me to beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
They didn't. They didn't.
Yeah, because your squad is.
I'm going with the Packers, and I don't want to speculate on how it's going to end, but the score, I'm going to go 33-31, just like it was when they played the Bengals.
33-31.
Back to back. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
That would be, wouldn't it?
I'd see it the, minute and a half left. Rodgers sits back, lets one go for 30 yards and gets picked off. The guy just sits down, game over. Anyhow, go ahead.
So
Adam.
when I look at Aaron Rodgers, right, throw out the fact that he's a quarterback.
And 40 years old.
Just say that he, as a competitor, there's not a guy who's a greater competitor than him. And, he's up there with Tom Brady, Ray Lewis, those kind of guys who absolute dogs. Every opportunity they have to prove they're great, they usually step up. And I think he's
Jerry
that guy.
Rice is.
Yeah, Jerry Rice. I'll put him in there. He really destroyed the construction workers that one season that he played against, and I think he steps up here. I think there's not a team that he's ever wanted to beat more than this team. He's going to be on fire in practice. He's going to be on fire in pregame. You're not going to be able to talk to him. He's been pissed off the whole game, and I think they go out. And he has one of his moments where 2 minutes left in the game. All right, Aaron, opposite of what you're saying. All right, Aaron, we need it. He takes him down the field. He scores, and they win. You know what? Let's make it real close, right, for the drama of the NFL. Let's go 31-30.
So you said Jerry Rice. Doesn't he have his own drink?
Yeah, it's called, you know what it's called?
What's it called?
The goat.
Goat milk.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
bold.
It's not mustard, that's for sure.
So, hey, some people get to play against, babysitters and construction workers.
What does I'm drawing a blank on this name. I'm so mad right now.
Oh my God. What team does he play for, Doug?
Atlanta, the wide
Oh.
receiver from Atlanta for years.
Calvin Ridley.
No.
For years. So if you want to go back in history, are you talking about the
Andre
last 10
Rison?
years?
Not Rising. Come on, stop it. Now you're making me so mad because you know what I want to say.
Roddy White?
Not Roddy White.
You said receiver.
Ashley Lilly. Peerless Price.
Julio Jones?
Julio, yes. He doesn't have a drink, does he? Does he have a drinking match?
Oh, now I know why you were struggling with it, because of his Julio is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
No, I
Gotcha.
never. And that's not
He
what I
knew.
said. I
He
said
knew.
he's better than Jerry.
But Jerry's the GOAT.
He's not. He's not.
Anyhow, anything else you want to talk about this week?
I think that's pretty much it.
All right. So right after this, we'll be doing another stream of Doug fist fighting me over the Jerry Rice comments. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And maybe Donnie's back. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's not.
Niners get another win this week like they did against Atlanta last week.
Have a good night.
One of the last word.
What is the last word?